This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Okay, we like to talk pizza here on the show.
I love my pizza.
You love your pizza. And you've mentioned Pizza Hut because it's kind of making a comeback with the old school Pizza Hut style restaurants.
Sit down, yeah.
Sit down restaurants. They've got a new poll out asking Americans what their favorite pizza is, and Pizza Hut happens to dominate the survey here, beating out Domino's. Pizza Hut came in with 19% of the votes as a favorite pizza, and then it was Papa John's with 11%, Little Caesars with 5%, and Marco's Pizza at 4%.
So Domino's didn't even make it?
Domino's,
like on the top five?
Let's see, Papa John's, Little Caesars, yeah, Domino's was not in the top five.
Well, I'll tell you what happened is that Domino's concept was pizza and Coke, that's it. And then they got bought out by a company that were investors. And then now you can get anything at Domino's, and they kind of moved away from it, and they started putting that garlic crust on it. I talk about this because my parents own pizza restaurants, and my dad worked for Domino's Pizza for quite some time. And I think it's not the same pizza that it used to be.
I
Domino's.
agree with you, yeah. I also think, too, once you start adding, like, butter and cheese and the crust and topping it with cinnamon and serving it with spicy honey, you've lost me. Like, it's too complicated. I just want pizza.
Now with pizza, the only pizza I like at Pizza Hut is pan. They make the best pan.
Yes, it's got that greasy crust.
It is
delicious.
I don't know what they do or how they do it, but Domino's has tried it. Little Caesars, or excuse me, not Little Caesars, but Papa John's is now offering a pan pizza as well. They cannot match Pizza Huts, and I think it's because those pans that they have are so old.
Yes, I think you're
right. It's just baked in, seasoned, like Mama's old like skillet and stuff like that.
You're never supposed to wash them.
Yes. A couple other interesting findings I think you guys will appreciate. Frozen pizza sales reached about $7 billion in 2024. I feel like the frozen pizza game has totally changed. And then the other thing is, more people said, more than 1 in 5 respondents said they actually prefer their local, regional pizza joint to any national chain or frozen pizza.
And we need to get to that. These mom and pop pizza places, they usually have like one thing that's totally different from everybody else. And support local is what we tell you all the time. And this is one way to, not to take anything away from the Domino's or whatever. I think the delivery aspect of it has helped mom and pop shops because, you know, Uber Eats and that sort of thing. I don't like it. I ordered one the other day. I was up here at work, and DoorDash delivered the pizza. I'm like,
don't get me started.
I'm like, why are you even in the pizza delivery business if you're getting DoorDash?
I'll tell you why. Because the insurance to cover pizza delivery drivers for those small mom and pops is so ridiculously high, they can't afford to do it anymore.
It's the highest cost,
So they sublet it out to the DoorDash and the Uber Eats folks.
It makes sense. I'm a Detroit guy, so Little Caesars number one for me.
Okay.
But I like, all Detroit pizzas.
Well,
but I would say
is Detroit too.
Little Caesars, number one. All right. Marco's. I like Marco's. So that's another one. But one of my favorites is Mellow Mushroom.
Oh, Mellow Mushroom is good.
They've just had whereas Pizza Hut, well, not resurgence, but they're rebranding a lot, and I think they've changed some of theirs. But those are like that had that same Pizza Hut feel, the Mellow Mushrooms, right?
Yeah,
like
and
you go in and sit down.
Yeah, Mellow Mushroom. Oof.
Because pizza is something you can share, man. And you can put anything you want on pizza. I think that's why it's so great.
Is Detroit a deep dish?
Yes.
Okay, they're known for...
It's more bread. It's a lot of bread. Chicago is more or less, that's the one known as the deep dish. All that stuff, right?
They make it weird.
Because we do get this one from Costco. It's a Detroit Motor City deep dish pizza, and it's a frozen pizza, and it's terrific. Yeah, it's really good.
That's right.
I'm getting really hungry.
That's why I got so big.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I went to Trader Joe's this past Sunday, and I got me their dough, and they're not paying me or whatever. If you're wanting to make a homemade pizza, go to Trader Joe's.
Was it cauliflower?
No, it was actual dough, and because Liza said you were going to eat it, so I made a pizza for me, and made two actually. And what's so great is I feel the test of a good pizza is how it tastes the next day.
Yes.
And this held up and nice and thick. And you got to know how to, make the crust and everything.
I got to mention them, Blaze Pizza.
Blaze? Yeah.
You go to Blaze Pizza,
I've heard it's
LeBron
has the one in Winter Park.
Doesn't LeBron own some of those?
I don't know,
I think he
but
owns
Blaze
part of it.
it's kind of like Subway of pizza.
It's
you
a
go
Subway
through
pizza.
and they dump everything, then they put it in an oven, and it comes out.
So
good.
you standing in the
Pizza.
line and they cook it for you, and then you
can
pick
put
it
as
up
much as you want on it.
It's like a personal size, too. It's not like you're getting a big one. You can get one just like that.
Yeah, it is real good.
It's
They
good.
better hurry up and bring one up here.
Yeah.
All right.
James, tell the folks at home how they can get in touch with us, share their favorite pizza.
All right, you go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and click on Sound Off if you want to, give us your favorite pizza. I'm hungry right now. I'm stuttering all over the place. All right, you also go there to give us your question of the day.
Which is?
Which show never gets old?
Do you have one, Jackson?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad?
Really?
You can
I
watch
can
that?
watch that over and over and over.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get sad watching Breaking Bad because I know how it ends, man. It bothers me because,
all right.
And the first off, we were kind of talking about this. If you could feel emotion for a character, that means it's a great actor.
Yes.
And you're not supposed to like Walter White,
No.
but you do so much and he draws it in, so that's why I like it. And I'm a big Bryan Cranston fan. Mine is Seinfeld. I can watch that any time of the day.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I put it on at night before I go to bed if I just need something to watch.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one.
I'm a big sci-fi guy, so I'm going with Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I can watch everything except for that Fleet Academy trash that they put out recently.
Is that the new one that just came out
Oh, my
that
God.
everybody
It was so
hates?
bad.
Okay.
That's like a college theme, right?
The
young
kids. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
okay.
trash. It was they wasted a ton of money. It was trash.
And
But
you
I
can-
could watch Star Trek anytime.
And you can binge all those, right?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
makes it
you
nice.
definitely have fun with
All
Star
right,
Trek.
we'd love to hear yours.
Yes.
Which one we miss out on, you can drop us an email, flash@dailyflashshow.com. Best way is just go to our website. You can click very top of the page. It sends an email or just send us a voice message.
Okay, AI is dominating everything from entertainment to embryos. Welcome to the new world of AI IVF. This is so fascinating. Couples can now use AI to find rare sperm
Oh, come on.
for IVF success. Columbia's STAR system scans millions of images to isolate live sperm in minutes. One couple has gone from 0 sperm to expecting a baby boy thanks to AI-powered IVF tech. AI babies now conceived in ways previously impossible thanks to high-tech fertility tools. Star AI is a game changer and will revolutionize the IVF experience for couples. Prior to AI, only 55% of women who undergo IVF have success in the first round. The people that they have tested with this have had huge success rates. So my question is this, are we scientifically engineering babies now with the IF capabilities, or are we just making the chances of it greater and better for these couples who want to get pregnant?
You think that, okay, maybe you have a history in your family of a certain disease, let's
Yes.
say, where and they can track that,
Yes.
hey, your kid has X amount of percentage of actually catching whatever it might be. I can see that, but you know what? Isn't there something to just like playing the cards that you got? My radio co-host that I do, Broadway and Friends, he has a son that's severely developmentally challenged. And he said, there's no way I would change it no matter what. And people ask me this all the time. It's like, how do you deal with that? You just deal with it.
Yeah.
He would say he would never want to change that because of what his son is for him. And I think you start playing God, I think of the movie Gattaca.
Yeah.
And watch that one and it kind of might give you an idea. I do appreciate the research aspect of it, hiding, and then what are they looking for inside of the sperm?
They're finding, I guess, that in this particular case that they highlighted, it was a man who didn't have the right sperm, or his sperm didn't have. They weren't live enough. That's the best way to describe it.
Okay.
So they were able to pinpoint a few of the live sperm he had.
Okay.
And then they took that live sperm and mated it with the embryo.
All right. Okay. So I'm misinterpreting. They're not finding specific traits in it. They're just trying to find the active ones.
Yes.
Okay. Now
But
I get it.
we've been playing God since 1978. The first test tube baby
Louise
is
Brown.
Louise
Yes.
Brown, right? So we've been doing it for a long time. So remember, we stay in a society that has a need for perfection. Right?
Good point.
I mean,
That's
think
what
about
we're
it.
striving
That's why
for. It's good. That's a very
everyone's
good
striving
point.
for perfection, whether it's by makeup, whether it's by working out. There's some sort of need. But so with the kids, we're already doing it. So.
Keegan, can we pop up that video again one more time? Can I say, though, this is better than any aquarium that you could ever go to.
Oh, my God.
You can thank Rock AI for this. I love it, right? It's great. Selection cooking.
There's a little Mitch right there, everybody. Yes. Hey, how you doing there? Hey, can I come in?
You won. Just think about it. You won. You were the finalist.
All righty. Before we get in trouble, here's our brain flash question of the day. What's the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's brain flash question right. Here is the question. What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
My brain sometimes, I would imagine, I'm hard-headed. I would say, diamonds. Yeah, diamonds. There you go.
Diamonds, that was my guess too. So if you answered diamonds, you got the brain flash question right.
They use it in tools a lot.
That's right, the diamond cutters.
Diamonds, yeah, that's how strong it is. Well, we do definitely welcome you back to Daily Flash, and it is time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on, all right? With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Streaming on Netflix is season 4 of The Lincoln Lawyer.
Every murder case is like a tree, and it's the prosecutor's job to feed and water that tree. I'm the man with the axe. I'm gonna cut that tree down to the ground.
How's he doing today?
Psychotically optimistic, and I kind of want to choke him.
I know that guy.
I'm being framed for murder. How much worse can it get?
Mickey, one thing I've learned working for you is things can always get worse.
Hotshot LA defense attorney Mickey Haller will do whatever it takes to win as he navigates the criminal justice system from his trademark Lincoln Continental. I chatted with series star Manuel Garcia Rulfo.
You know, it has its complexities, but it's very easy to follow. It has good cliffhangers. He has a little bit of comedy, you know, a little bit of the thriller, the legal thing. And like I said, I think people are drawn to see a guy that is always struggling with so many obstacles, and he's, you know, so, yeah.
In our final seconds we have, driving a 1963 Lincoln Continental has got to be a joy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's kind of a pain because when you're driving, we're shooting in downtown or whatever, you know, we have to cut constantly or repeat the scene because, you know, people are staring or, you know, always, you know, coming in and, oh, such a nice car. And like, we're shooting, man, wait. but I love it, man, I love it.
One of the absolute bright spots on the Netflix menu, The Lincoln Lawyer takes the format of criminal defense to a whole new and gripping level. Again, it's streaming on Netflix and gets an A. It's rated TVMA. Entering its second season on HBO Max is the hit medical series The Pit. It stars Noah Wyle.
And so it begins.
Welcome back.
Took some time. Plus, who else is going to get this place through the 4th of July?
Your replacement came in early. She's just covering while I go on my little sabbatical.
I have ideas for improving the department.
Okay, well... Want to tell me some more about your ideas?
The daily lives of healthcare professionals in a Pittsburgh hospital are examined as they juggle personal crises, workplace politics, and the emotional toll of treating critically ill patients, revealing the resilience required in their noble calling. Why are people drawn to the pit?
That's a great question. I think that there's a little exposure therapy aspect to watching these things where it reassures you by giving you a sense of familiarity. So these aren't totally foreign environments if you should happen to find yourself in one. And they're hope affirming because what you're seeing is really dedicated, intelligent, talented, compassionate people put their own aside to put your broken pieces back together. And it's nice to know that kind of selfless courage and heroism is out there.
Capturing life and tragedy in a big city ER, the series is simply one of the best things on any streaming service. Again, The Pit is streaming on HBO Max and gets an A. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
All right, thank you there, Tony. It is time for that one story that's going to make you stop
and just say, Mitch, please. You're going to love this one. In a luxury condo complex in Edgewater, New Jersey, dog owners are now required, it's no joke, to register their pet's DNA. Why?
Come on.
Well, the goal is simple. If someone doesn't pick up after their dog, management can test the poop, match it to the dog, and then hit the owner with a $250 fine. Yes, we have officially reached the point where society where dog poop is being sent to a lab like it's evidence from a true crime podcast. Supporters say it's actually working. There's fewer messes, fewer arguments, and a lot more responsible pet owners out there. Critics say, well, listen, that's a little too much. They're also basically living in a CSI spinoff called Paw and Order Special Canine Unit Crap Scene Investigation. And listen, I love clean common areas, but if your evening walk now feels like you're doing a surveillance with flashlight and notebook, maybe we've actually lost the plot a little bit, okay? The policy's been in place since the building went pet-friendly, and in 2022, management says it's all about accountability. That's fair, but it also a sentence I never thought I'd ever hear used in the same breath is DNA, dog poop DNA, right? With decades spent teaching dogs how to sit. Now we're actually teaching humans how to scoop. And that is Mitch, please. I think I can appreciate them doing that, but taking the DNA is just a little, now that they're invested into their dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I had to pay for this DNA stuff. Now they're invested in it, they're gonna make sure that they don't, just in case they get hit.
I heard a story of a woman who was looking to rent a condo or buy a condo down in southeast Florida in the Palm Beach area. And as a requirement on the application, it asked you whether you had pets. And if you had pets, you had to provide a poop sample from your pet.
Already.
And then they would send that poop sample to the lab for DNA. That way, if somebody found poop in the common areas, they could pull up the pet DNA and figure out who the guilty party was who did not pick up after their pet.
So this is happening. Okay, but somebody has to go pick it up and then send it in. It's humiliating as it is for me to get the Colon Guard test thing. I got to walk in with UPS store with that big white box. They know what's in it, first off.
I know.
I don't want it. No way.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. We are all standing by here for furry friends. We will start with this. A caretaker at a zoo in Poland captured a David and Goliath standoff between a tiny deer and a giant rhinoceros. Well, this video has already got more than 1 million views and counting. The clip shows the 50-pound deer squaring off with its 3,700-pound opponent in a snowy zoo enclosure. The deer's tiny legs propel it towards the giant rhino. The exchange leads to a final face-to-face before the rhino decides to run off after the mini deer treats him to a headbutt. Zookeepers said the 1.7-ton rhino decided to retreat rather than continue the face-off. Wow. Despite their recent confrontation, the pair remain friends. Follow-up video shows the two enjoying some hay as they stand side by side. Well, the Nashville Zoo welcomed a new bundle of joy on New Year's Day. The zoo's first ever aardvark calf was born at 6:06 a.m.
Whoa.
And their New Year's baby has a name, Happy the aardvark. The New Year's baby weighs in at roughly 4 pounds and is about the size of a rolling pin. Only 33 aardvarks are in accredited American zoos, and this calf is the 34th and the first to be born in the U.S. since 2024, making it a milestone for the species. Well, it was an unusual capture for police officers in Florida. An emu on the run in Florida near St. Augustine. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office recently shared video of the incident. On January 9th, SJSO responded to a runaway emu on a county road. Corporal Keisler attempted to secure the emo, but the large bird ignored his commands, kicked several times using its large talons, and fled on foot. After a short pursuit, Corporal Keisler was able to corner the emu and secure the giant bird with a makeshift lasso and used his handcuffs, believe it or not, to secure his large talons to prevent him from running away. The corporal said, "In my 25 years, I've never handcuffed an emu. It was definitely a new one." He said he made every effort to detain the emu without causing any harm to the large bird. The emu was eventually reunited with its owners and returned home safely. All criminal charges against the emu have been dropped.
That's good. You know, those things are they're dangerous, really, what they are. So, and then the police officer going into work that day had no idea that's what he was going to do. Now, I'm assuming he's probably arrested a few emos, but never an emu.
But never an emu.
Good
I think
effort.
you're right there.
Because grabbing those things like he had done, I mean, it could have turned bad. Those talons are really, really bad. Thank you there, Jackson.
Brave.
Indeed.
For sure.
Well, let's jump into some trending news stories that's happening around the world. An American tourist attraction has just been designated as the worst after a new global travel survey was released. And the Hollywood Walk of Fame took the title, believe it or not. Analysts actually looked at over 100 different tourist attractions around the world and came up with the worst destinations that disappoint viewers despite their global status. A travel company released the findings based on Google reviews, as well as airport accessibility, safety, and local accommodations. Reviews list the Hollywood destination as, get this, unsafe, rundown, and full of shady figures. One traveler described it as more homeless than Hollywood. Other disappointing notables on that list, the Dead Sea, that's near Jordan, the Grand Bazaar, you could find that in Turkey, and, believe it or not, the Great Wall of China, also disappointing as well. I would imagine with the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it takes you everywhere. Lord knows what you're going to see along the way, so I could see how it makes it into that list. Move on now, where a mom is taking heat for the way she traveled with her infant on a recent Delta Airlines flight. The woman who was flying overseas on a 12-hour flight was actually posted a photo showing herself crouched on the floor of an economy row as two tots slept across the window and the middle seats. She refused to pay for an extra ticket, so airline staff accommodated her as best as they could with that sold-out flight. Many accuse her of playing dumb and trying to score a free seat. That's what I think is doing. Delta's lap child policy allows children younger than 2 years of age flying free or at a reduced cost when seated on an adult's lap. Now, Delta could not confirm the photo's authenticity, but said that safety is also their top priority. And if you think about it, you know, turbulence can happen at any time. If that kid's not strapped down, it's going somewhere. So you could see how the outrage was happening here, despite if it was a free seat or not. What do you think? We'd like to hear from you. Flash at dailyflashshow.com. We got more of today's talk and, of course, tomorrow's trends still to come here on Daily Flash. Our website is waiting for you. Just go to dailyflashshow.com, hit on the sound off button. You can send us a direct message, including your voice. You could hear it on the air. Stick around. You're watching Daily Flash. We love having you along. Yeah, we got to get that.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Let's check in with James Alexander for our stations across the nation. James!
Yes, you're watching us on 219 stations across the country and on the American Forces Network across the globe. Now, you can find out where we are in your neck of the woods by going to dailyflashshow.com and clicking on where to watch. And that's where you'll also find one of our local friends.
Ooh.
All right.
We're going all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hey, all right, Tulsa.
Are you a Boomer Sooner? Is that what
yeah,
you say?
Boomers. That's University of
University. Okay,
Oklahoma.
all right.
But yeah, you can say
KUOC TV.
Nice.
KUOC TV. All right. Now, Tulsa is known as the oil capital of the world. Well, once known as the oil capital of the world. Quick Trip. You guys go to Quick Trip?
No,
that's the
the gas
store.
station.
Yeah.
You find it along actually everywhere. Yeah, QT.
QT. That's
That started off in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Tulsa is home of a very important place in history, Black Wall Street.
Man, no kidding.
I need to hear more about this story.
Black Wall Street was a community that was full of black-owned businesses, banks, and so on and so forth. And it was raised by the KKK back in the day. It was a terrible, terrible thing.
And James, what's so frustrating to me is like I lived in Oklahoma City and I never knew anything about it until I moved there. And it's like, it's almost been not even told in history, and it's such an important part. This Black Wall Street was so successful. They had their own money. They had these buildings that were just amazing, and they were thriving.
They were thriving
in it. They had their own banks.
They made a lot of people upset because of that.
It scared a lot of people.
That needs to be made into a movie.
100%.
But the scary part is, you guys didn't know until you went.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was taught that in school. But you guys didn't know what you were doing.
No, and I think,
scary.
It's something that if it was glazed over, and it's such an important part of what had happened. So that it doesn't happen again, by all means. But it's so fascinating what came out of that. If you do go to Tulsa, do you want to check out the Gathering Place, which is this really nice park that's along the way?
Yeah.
But also check out the history behind Black Wall Street. It's gorgeous.
Florida has some places touched on it in a few different movies, but never to the point where they have explained it.
Was it Rosewood and Ocoee, the things that happened here in Florida? Yeah. So, there's a lot of history. That's what I tell people. Look, it's not clean. It's ugly at times, but we should always know our history.
Yeah. And if you're a parent, teach your kids about Black Wall Street. It'll amaze you how successful this place were. Speaking of Florida, as you mentioned, that Florida lawmakers have just swiped left on a bill that would have banned first cousin marriages. Sunshine State legislators signaled the measure to ban cousin marriage would be back on the block next year and would hopefully pass once and for all. Cousin marriage used to be actually commonplace in many communities. It was actually legal in all of the then 34 states during the Civil War. Florida is not the only state where marrying your cousin is still legal.
Alabama.
New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and California joined Florida, so we don't hear these Florida man stories at all. 16 states where first cousins are allowed to get married with no restrictions. Connecticut only banned cousin marriage just last year. The big fear is that's why we take blood tests. Having possibly complications with any children afterwards. And I'm sorry, but this has been around since centuries and centuries. If you think about it, at one time, there wasn't enough people around. They had to. Right?
Isn't that the whole controversy in Michigan with Ilhan Omar that she allegedly married her
Not
brother?
Michigan. Was it not
Minneapolis.
Michigan? Minnesota. Michigan. We know better in Michigan. Sort of, because we got our issues too. But why is this a thing?
Why?
It happened. Because so many years ago. I get it. It was back in the day, but now
there is a lot of money in family reunions, and we want more people to come to the family reunions at Disney World. Is that the reason why?
Hey, cuz!
Is that the reason why? I need to know. Well, we don't have a lot of family here. We're all related.
My cousin, my wife.
I can say that because I grew up in Florida. All right, we have more flash, more fun, and hopefully more of you, cousin or not. I love my cousin. You just can't love.
You just love your cousin. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. This is your lifestyle guide from A to Z. If you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it. And everybody is talking about how much they love this. First Lady Melania Trump is setting records at the box office. Her new documentary, Melania, hit theaters on January 30th. Its opening weekend hauled in $8 million. That's a record for a documentary. Critics weren't fans, but the audience has been showing some serious love for the movie. Ticket sales and rave reviews continue to bring out fans who follow Melania's style, her grace, and admire her role as First Lady.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Come on in. Our proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker under the fire. Beautiful. together with like-minded leaders. We have a voice. Is it safe?
It is safe.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
There you go. It is doing great at the box office, and she has one of the best sunglasses games I've ever seen. Well, who needs Hinge when you can fall in love with someone who can install a hinge? A Maryland woman had just purchased furniture from Target and needed someone to help lug it up the stairs and put it together. She had hired a couple of guys who refused the job once they realized they had to move the furniture from the ground floor to her upstairs apartment. And to be fair, TaskRabbit does require your project to be in your home and ready for the build. Her final handyman wasn't looking for a job that day, but he accepted after seeing her profile picture. She didn't shy away from asking him if he was single, and the rest, as they say, is dating history. The two recently celebrated getting hitched and calling New York their forever home. Sweet Hearts has released a new batch of those chalky heart-shaped candies with fresh new sayings this year. At the beginning of every year, Sprangler Candy Company releases a fresh batch of the tiny edible hearts with new sayings. This year's phrases were less flirty than usual. The candies seem to offer financial advice instead of romantic gestures, with sayings like split rent, share login, carpool, family plan, buy in bulk, and cook for two. While the brand had the best intentions with this year's release of new sayings, the joke did not seem to land well with their customers. Well, here's a twist in fashion and fur no one saw coming. Condé Nast is suing a Beverly Hills dog magazine titled Dog, claiming the publication's name and logo infringes on their trademark fashion mag, Vogue. Dog is a tiny mag filled with photos of four-legged fashionistas and mimics Vogue's layout, style, and overall appearance. The lawsuit asks that Dog be shut down, its trademark application denied, and that the magazine pay damages to Condé Nast. Vogue's U.S. monthly circulation is approximately 1.2 million, priced at $12 an issue. Dog is free online and available for purchase for $25 an issue at one Beverly Hills newsstand. The owner of Dog has refused to say whether she will fight the lawsuit or give into their demands. Well, you can always catch up on everything Life Love Shopping on our website, llsshow.com. Once you're there, you can find previous episodes. You can find more about me. You can also share your insight and info by joining the conversation. You can follow us on all our socials. They're all posted right there and easy to find. Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z, llsshow.com.
More than 600,000 poppies now cover part of the National Mall, honoring fallen U.S. service members. Here with the story is retired Navy Master Chief James Hona of USAA. James, why is it important to recognize our fallen military heroes?
In this nation, we make a solemn promise to those service members that go and fight and defend our way of life and our freedoms, that no one is left behind. We bring everybody back. And if they're fallen while they're in combat, we make sure that we also bring back their stories, their memories, and their legacy. I think it's important for all of us to reflect across Memorial Day and remember those stories and those legacies.
Tell us about the Poppy Wall of Honor.
Yes. So since World War I, over 646,000 service members have given their life in the defense of this country. The USAA Poppy Wall of Honor has over 646,000 poppies to represent each and every one of them. We want to make sure at USAA that Americans truly understand the weight of that sacrifice that's represented here on this wall.
What are some simple ways people can honor the military on Memorial Day this year?
Well, I understand that Memorial Day bookends the summer along with Labor Day, and this is the official beginning of summer. And you're going to want to celebrate that with barbecues. But while you're celebrating the barbecue, take a moment to reflect on those that have given the ultimate sacrifice and defended our freedoms and given us the ability to have that celebration.
Finally, James, where can we go to learn more?
Please join us at usaa.com/Memorial Day.
Thank you, James. We'll post this info on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI. Dr. Tiffany DiPietro joins us with tips to help keep your heart strong through these cold winter months.
Yes, as a cardiologist, I always encourage my patients to be proactive about heart health, especially in their 40s and beyond, and especially in colder temperatures. Your heart is one of the hardest working muscles in your body and relies on energy to function properly.
Okay, Doc, so what do you recommend?
When it comes to supplements, I recommend Cunol Ultra CoQ10. CoQ10 is a key nutrient your body uses to produce that energy at the cellular level, and no part of the body requires more energy than the heart. While our bodies naturally produce CoQ10, those levels do begin to decline with age and can also be affected by some medications. By helping supply the energy the heart needs to function properly, CoQ10 helps support vascular health and healthy blood pressure. So I recommend incorporating targeted supplementation along with lifestyle habits like a balanced diet and regular exercise, which can be beneficial to keeping your heart healthy. Regular CoQ10 found in many other supplements is poorly absorbed because it doesn't dissolve well in water. Cunol Ultra CoQ10 is different. It's water and fat soluble to provide up to 3 times better absorption compared to regular CoQ10, helping people increase CoQ10 levels in just weeks. A healthy heart supports everything you do, and Cunol is the brand that can help you champion your heart health. Cunol Ultra CoQ10 soft gels are available in 60 and 120 count starting at $25.99 at all major retailers, including Walmart, CVS, and Costco.
Any other advice?
Yes, so if you just go to Cunol.com, you can find all of the information you need about all of the Cunol products, including the Cunol Ultra CoQ10.
Thanks so much, Doc. We'll have this info on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
All right, let's talk about some things trending in and around the world. We go to San Francisco. Lots of new restaurants obviously pop up there. There's one in particular called Burdell. It was found by Chef Jeff Davis, and spelled Geoff, not like Jefferson Davis. Jeff Davis.
Fancy Jeff.
I want to let you know about that because racism is involved into this story as well.
Okay.
So he says that he went into his restaurant and he said, no matter what, I'm going to put 20% tip on everything. If you came in and just ordered a glass of water, 20% tips is going to be on that. And he said he did that because of the fact of the racism that he saw as he was a waiter as well in his life. And he says this 20% charge is to basically guarantee fair and consistent wages. And that's important to say. Fair and consistent wages for his entire staff. And he says that he had seen through the years his staff actually getting stiffed, disrespected. And he said, listen, I'm going to do something about it. Automatic 20% no matter what. And to me, where I'm finding that is like, okay, if I go in there knowing it's a 20% tip no matter what, I am still expected to get really good service. And it seems like you know, do you challenge that? If the tip is already there, what motivation do you have to give that extra something that would honor a tip as well?
You don't. I mean, you can show up to your job and sort of go through the motions, but if there's no incentive for you to earn a tip, then I don't think you're going to go above and beyond. And I mean, it's his restaurant, so if he wants to do it, he can do whatever he wants. And if you want to go to that restaurant and that's okay by you, I mean, in my opinion, he has every right to do that. However, I don't think he should expect his customers to help pay his employees' salary.
That's another good point, right? And he's putting it under the label of racism, is that these customers were racist because maybe he felt like he was giving good service and maybe he didn't get tipped well enough, and he considered that
racist. That's the
racism.
restaurant business. I mean,
I
waited tables all through college, and I can tell you, it all evens out in the wash, and that's the crazy thing. You might get a $100 bill on a $20 check, and then you might get stiffed on a $100 check. And for whatever reason, it all kind of just balances itself out. So there are good tippers, there are bad tippers. That's just the restaurant business. And when you're a waiter, that happens.
Sometimes when you are trying to make your statement, you put all these banners up of why you're doing things, the message gets lost. So I think it should be one or the other, because he's saying, first off, I'm doing this to end racism because I want everybody to get the same amount of tips or whatever.
Yeah.
Or is it like the fact that he wants to make sure his employees get paid well, so he's going to give that 20%, on top of it. So which one is it? Do you want to have them have great pay, or is this because of racism? And I think a lot of times people kind of throw out that word racism to give more, especially in a very liberal area like San Francisco, to say, wow, he's doing something different. Hey, I applaud you if you're looking out for your employees. And I know, and it's plain as day, when I walk in, there's 20% tip is added all the time. I would expect to get great service because of the fact, well, I'm prepaying my tip. And that, don't get me down the Uber and the other delivery where you have to pay ahead of time.
Yeah.
There's got to be a certain way where you can pay a tip afterwards based on service.
Yes, yeah. To me, it seems as though he's fishing for financial help to keep his restaurant
That's
open.
what it sounds like, right?
And the restaurant business is very unforgiving, and most restaurants fail. I mean, everybody talks about that. There are very few that are successful, but I think it's probably not to his best advantage to punish his customers by forcing them to pay a 20% gratuity in order to help him pay for his employee's salary.
And yet it will continue to be that way until you say that. I think, pay more, maybe then you don't have to worry about your employees to ever get that kind of money. I just still feel like, and let's say I'm not, but if I'm a 25 to 30% tipper, and I see they put 20, I'm like, all right, well, I'm only going to give you 20%. Now, I would have given, and other people might say, well, if you did great service, then give more than that. No. Thoughts on this? We want to hear yours. Flash at dailyflashshow.com. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English alongside Andrea Jackson.
It is Gordon Ramsay as we have never seen him before. In this new docuseries, Ramsay opens the doors to his home and businesses in the lead up to his biggest restaurant venture to date. This is Being Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my God, come on.
Yeah.
I need just one more cushion behind.
Do you know, he's like the Princess and the Pea, isn't he?
Just like, there you go. 22 Bishopsgate is the most ambitious project I've ever opened in my entire life.
You know I'm scared of heights.
No, oh, can you tell me now? 5 businesses under one roof. If Bishopsgate was to fail, yeah, I'm
Look how far you can see. People think that they know Gordon.
Sadly, it's overcooked a touch. We've gone for the aesthetics over the quality, and we start taking some more risks.
He's someone who dreams big.
Lads.
But you know what? He's just Gordon to me. It's like 30 years since we got together. And
Sorry,
what?
a little coffee shop there. Come back, hold that moment for one thought.
It drives me mental.
The way Dad is in the kitchen, in a stressful environment, he reacts the way he does for perfection.
Run the food, now.
He's a very different person to what he is on set. He's just Dad.
It is very hard when someone has a job as demanding as Gordon.
The roof's not on yet. It looks terrible. How many weeks do we open? 20 weeks. The budget is £20 million, and I'm doing that personally. That's already. Jesus Christ. It's feeling more real. I grew up on a council estate in Daventry. I still remember my school uniform having holes in my second-hand trousers. There's always that needle of fear. You're going to lose it. I've lost stars, closed multiple restaurants over my career. That's what puts extra fuel in my tank. Sucks!
We're looking at an 8-week delay.
It is very stressful. This isn't working.
Flavours are incredible. Seriously, well done. It's just a little bit too straight-laced. Talented chef, need to dig in. I think I may retire after Bishopsgate.
Absolute.
There is so much riding on this, reputationally, financially. You have to be better than good. It scares the shit out of me. Holy shite, Manelli! This thing is gonna take...
Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Be good, everybody.
Bye-bye.